We begin tonight with a story not from the front lines in Ukraine, but from inside Russia itself. A story of a war that is coming home and a society that is beginning to buckle under the strain. For the Kremlin, this invasion has not gone to plan. And now, the resulting crisis is threatening the very foundation of its power. The most immediate sign of this? Russia's inability to protect its own homeland is now so severe that its police are resorting to TikTok to teach citizens how to survive drone attacks. Take a look at this official advice making the rounds on Russian social media. Officer, if you heard a rustle in the sky, if you hear buzzing, it could be an unmanned aerial vehicle. Seek shelter immediately. Do not come near windows. If you are in a car, stop, leave it, and seek shelter. Do not share photos and videos. It is forbidden to use a mobile phone or a device with GPS. Now, on its face, that's practical safety advice. But it's also a stunning admission. It's the Kremlin publicly acknowledging its vulnerability. And as if that image wasn't damaging enough, Vladimir Putin is now running scared, actively shutting down the internet across entire cities. The official line? It's to disrupt the guidance systems of Ukrainian drones. But the truth is far more cynical. It's an information blackout designed to stop Russians from discovering just how poorly this war is going. The collateral damage, however, is immense. With the economy faltering, public rage is boiling over. People can't work, they can't find jobs, and they can't navigate their own cities without the internet. The social fabric is tearing. And Russia's best and brightest, its doctors, engineers, and programmers, are leaving in a mass exodus. This societal collapse is now a bigger threat to the Putin regime than any single battlefield defeat. And the economic pain is direct and severe. Ukrainian drone strikes have knocked almost 40% of Russia's oil refining capacity offline. The result? A fuel crisis in 57 regions, with rationing as low as 3 gallons per customer at some stations. In a bitter irony, Russia, once an energy superpower, is now being forced to import gasoline from Belarus. Putin promised Russia would no longer be a gas station to the world. He's succeeded by crippling his own industry. But the Kremlin's attempts to control the situation are only making life worse for its citizens. The GPS and cellular jamming meant to confuse drones is causing chaos on the ground. Listen to this Russian driver, lost and furious without her navigation apps. Woman, I had a meeting today. I can't get there. I just drove around for an hour. I'm so offended. I can't drive without a navigator. This frustration is widespread. And it's clear the internet shutdowns are less about drones and more about tightening the Kremlin's grip. Authorities are blocking calls on encrypted apps like WhatsApp and Telegram, pushing people to a state-controlled alternative called Max, an app managed by the Kremlin, giving it a direct window into private communications. Meanwhile, the economic foundation is crumbling. As we reported yesterday, major companies are laying off workers or reducing work weeks, slashing paychecks by 20% or more. This is a disaster when you consider Russia's rampant food inflation. Take the potato, a staple of the Russian diet, sometimes called the second bread. Its price has tripled in the last year alone. That's a 200% increase, the steepest in 23 years. So, what is the government's response to this domestic pain? A dark joke now circulating in Russia captures it perfectly. A son asks his alcoholic father if rising alcohol prices mean he'll drink less. The father replies, "No, it means you will eat less." That's the reality for Russian families. The new national budget for 2026 raises taxes on citizens to funnel a staggering 40% of all government spending into defense and domestic security. Essential services are being bled dry. Healthcare is deteriorating into a potential crisis, with a critical shortage of doctors in public hospitals. Putin's solution? Not to increase funding, but to ban doctors from working in private clinics unless they also work in the public system. The pattern is clear. When faced with a problem, the Kremlin doesn't fix it, it bans it. And you can't ban garbage. Literally, 30 Russian regions are facing a landfill shortage, with systems that were due to be replaced in 2019. That war chest was prioritized over public infrastructure, and now streets are flooding with trash. A garbage collapse is a very real possibility. The story is no longer just about the battlefield. It's about a war boomeranging back home, creating a slow-rolling collapse that is, from all appearances, the single greatest threat to Vladimir Putin's hold on power. That's all for our report tonight.